I mean, I guess you could say probably the bulk of true American folklore comes to us really from the 30s on. I mean, with Hollywood films, comic books as an American invention. Really
Earlier than that, Davy Crockett.
I mean, it's pretty much that's our most influential folklore. Superman.
Westerns.
Superman, Mickey Mouse.
Superman, Mickey Mouse, Star Wars.
Pecos Bill.
I got to discourage that because I think that there are so many families from so many different ethnic backgrounds. It brought their own stories. Okay, so as I'm reading the Dresden Files, I can identify a lot with what you're talking about, the interactions with the She and the Celtic mythos. But I've also read a lot of Greek mythos, but I've read a lot of the Norse tales and some Native American. And so as it all comes together, I think that's the beauty of it, where different people from so many different ethnic backgrounds, so many different ways of life can read the same story, get a lot of similar things out of it, but then each one of them, it speaks to the individual person because that's where their family may have come from, or where their family by marriage has come from, or even just something they sat down and read and they say, wow, I'm really interested in this, and then they pick it up there and say, wow, look how this one author brought these disparate pieces together and then made a very cohesive information before about making a cohesive whole out of it. And I think it doesn't really matter that we may not have, 800 years or 1,000 years or 2,000 years of history in America because we brought it all those different places that came with people.
And we're also the land of intermarriage, too.
Right. Jew with the squid on his head.
I have a question related to GMing, actually. When I'm running games, I like throwing out plot points and waiting to see, like, if the players pick them up and speculate about them to spark my, to inspire me. Do y'all ever do that, like, throw out a little throwaway hint at something and hope to see what people come up and maybe take inspiration from that?
Yes.
All the time.
How about an example?
Although that's something that really, that's a tool that you can only really use as a series writer. Is to be, or another way to do it is you'll have something that you'll think, ooh, this would be a great little hint to drop here that I can pick up and use later on. And not necessarily because you're waiting for somebody else to give you an idea, but because you'll figure out a way to work that in later on. And that's always a load of fun. We can work small details from earlier on later into the book. That's just part of the storytelling craft, and it's one of the best. When you actually finally get to do it, X number of years later, it's just the greatest feeling. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little excited. Okay, let's do the.
Do you keep like television shows have series Bibles, so they know from one season to the next what's current, what information needs to be kept in mind? Do you keep anything like that for your series?
Yeah. Spreadsheets and charts and all kinds of stuff. You have to, or you'll spend all your time rereading your books because you can't remember what you wrote.
Yes, there's a group of people who beta read my material for me, and they each have made contributions towards going, hey Jim, you killed that guy, or you messed up the timeline. This character was actually this age.
A wizard
Priscilla,
did it.
Mistress of Continuity. And also, and again, I love the internet because there's a Wikipedia out there for the Dresden Files, which I occasionally go and because the fans know it better than I do. By the time I finish a book, I've seen 7 or 8 slightly different versions of the same book. I'm on book 13 of a series, so I mean, we're talking about 70 or 80 books that slightly resemble one another, but have small differences changed in them. Whereas the readers get to pick up, and they get to read just the one copy. There, it's done. Well, in my head, I will occasionally confabulate the book I was going to write with the one I actually wrote, and then I have to have somebody who goes, "Hey Jim, who's this character? Because we've never seen them before." That sort of thing.
Have you ever gone back
Well,
and
I
reread?
have to say, I'm looking forward to someday having Jim's problem.
Yes, excellent problem.
Have you ever read your own books after they came out?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to. I mean, I try and it's getting to be so much work to go back and reread the series before I start a new one. Especially since, it takes me months to do the new one. But yeah, I mean, I go back and reread my stuff all the time. Especially when I've got to find something out. It's like, oh, wait a minute. I need to look up this detail back here. Okay, green eyes, got it.
Yeah, I buy all my books and put them on there so that I can do the search function in the actual published copy.
I'm a huge audiobook listener, and all your books are on audiobooks. Do you ever listen to them, and does that influence your voice or the way you're writing later? Hearing it read or performed.
I listen to it occasionally. I'll listen to it, and it always. It's always interesting to see when the way that James will deliver a line that sounds completely different in my head when I wrote it. But I mean, I haven't been a fanatic about it or anything. On account of mostly I'm focused on the next book as opposed to how it got done in another in a slightly different format. But it's interesting to hear somebody else read your voice though. And after I listened all the way through Stormfront, Full Moon, Grave Peril, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to have to cast James Marsters. If there's ever a TV show or movie, that worked out.
We should probably end something clear that we're not for the next thing.
Okay. Any closing thoughts? When I first met James Marsters, my thought was, oh my God, this guy is such a geek. It was like he's family. Okay. He made a Star Wars reference within 20 seconds of starting the conversation.
He was thinking the same thing.
Well, yeah, and I got to tell him, you know what? I started watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer because of you. And, there's one line that you did in the Halloween episode where he looks around at all this chaos and goes, "Wow, this is just neat." And I was eating spaghetti as I was watching it. And I burst out laughing and snorted spaghetti out my nose. So, yeah, I mean, James and I kind of vibe on that. But anyway, I think it's urban fantasy. Here to stay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.